Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jager of JLOz, and today we were looking at one of the most recently released DC TV shows, which is Stargirl. It follows Courtney Whitmore and her friends as they fight the Injustice Society of America in the small town of Blue Valley. So put on your star-spangled attire and make sure you go and watch the first episodes of Stargirl, as this list contains major spoilers for Stargirl Episode 1. Without further ado, this is 5 Easter eggs from Stargirl pilot that you may have missed. The first episode of Stargirl introduces a plethora of small characters, one of which is the best friend of Courtney, who is extremely sad to lose her companion, Mary Kramer. Now, in the comics, Mary Kramer is a close friend and ally of Stargirl in Blue Valley and assists her in her quests. But the CW changed this for the new show, making her a despondent friend of Courtney, who says her final goodbyes to her friend before they drive off to their new home in Nebraska. Staying on the topic of the many small characters that are actually important, comes when Courtney enters her new school. She wanders the halls of Blue Valley High School when she is intercepted by an all-knowing girl by the name of Cindy. Cindy asks Courtney to join the cheerleading team as her second, much to the dismay of her friend. Now, this Cindy could be a reoccurring character herself, as like the mean girl, as the mean girl in the show. But, in the comics, she is definitely Cindy Berman. From the hair variation, the brown and the white, to the green chest clothes, that's just something I picked up. Cindy is the villain Shiv, who is considered to be Stargirl's nemesis, and also the daughter of another villain, Dragon King. It'll be interesting to see where they take Shiv in the future of the show, as we are starting to get a taste of the younger versions of the heroes and villains that we see in the show's episodes. At number 3, we have a little nod to one of DC's most famous comic runs, the aptly named Action Comics, which birthed superheroes as high as Superman. We see this reference on a moving van that's company is named Action Movers. Now, I like seeing Easter eggs like this, and I look forward to getting more references like this in the future, because they're just awesome. Now, I know we've all been waiting for our number 2 and 1 spots, and now you can be satisfied, as now we explore the Injustice Society of America. Now, this team appears right at the start of the episode, as Pat Dugan drives to a mansion. Now, there is many points I'll touch on later, but now the first member of the villain lineup we see is Tigress, as she is fighting Owlman. We then see the Wizard, the Gambler, Sportsmaster, Brainwave, Icicle, and then Solomon Grundy. Now, for those who have watched Young Justice, you should be familiar with the character of Sportsmaster, who is a talented martial artist who has many sports-related weapons. His wife Tigress is an expert fighter, who can roar like a tiger in this incarnation, I guess. The Wizard has a magic wand, the Gambler just gets flicked away by Starman, but I'm pretty sure in the comics he's a con man, so maybe they'll build on that later on. Now, Brainwave has a really cool manipulation of his surroundings with his mind. Icicle has ice manipulation, and Solomon Grundy, well, he's just Solomon Grundy. I'm really excited to see more of the ISA, but unfortunately, I reckon these adults will just get out of the way pretty quickly, or for at least the first season, so that their child proteges can take over, as that's where the show's eventually going to go, for better or worse, I guess. We'll have to wait and see. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the Justice Society of America. Right, I'll begin with the scene at the start. Okay, so when Pat arrives at the house, we see a massive burst of green fire spew out of the roof. This is the power of Alan Scott's Green Lantern, who isn't your typical space cop. Scott forged his ring himself, and it allows him to perform constructs, and in this universe his power creates green fire, and allows it to break wood, which isn't true to the original character. After this, we have Wildcat, who is thrown out of the house. Wildcat is a favourite character of mine, and is so cool as he's just a powerless boxer who fights crime. We then catch Owlman fighting. His power is being able to have superhuman powers for 1 hour of the day, so it's unclear whether he was using these during the fight, but I think he was, because the sounds that came every time he punched sounded like a superhuman punch, but that was just me, I don't really know. Starman is a survivor of this fight, who works to find the ISA later on. We then see Dr. Midnight, who tells Pat to leave while he can, before he's dragged away by a black hand, which really, I have no idea who it belonged to. I think it might have been Shade, but he isn't seen again. Well, I mean, yet at least. And he's not seen when the ISA travels to catch Starman and Stripesy afterwards. Now, of course, we see Starman, who saves Pat from the Wizard. Starman has the Cosmic Staff, which allows the power of flight and energy projections. After defeating a few villains, he's killed by Icicle, who impales him with, you guessed it, an icicle. After a little line from Starman, the camera pans to a staircase which Icicle walks down, which passes the frozen helmet of Jay Garrick's Flash and the lifeless body of Sandman, which is pretty sad, as they are some of my favourite characters of the JSA. Now, after this scene, the next time we see the JSA is in a photo in Pat's collection. Now, I'll go over this photo and tell you everyone who's in it, and let you know of their powers for those I haven't already. First, on the top left here, we have Johnny Thunder, who's his friend, I guess. Johnny Thunder and his Thunderbolt. Now, I'm not too sure about Johnny Thunder's powers. There's a lot of different incarnations of him. But the Thunderbolt is really, really powerful, considering how early he is. He's been nerfed later on, but generally he has magic reality warping powers. Now, Alan Scott Green Lantern, of course, he's got his Green Lantern ring. The Hawks, Hawkman and Hawkgirl, they have superhuman strength and can fly. Immortality differs between incarnations. The Flash, super speed, Dr. Fate. Now, his power is limitless depending on the incarnation and the universe, but I would say he's got a god tier level power. Wildcat, of course, the no power boxer. Owlman, those little bursts into the future. Not bursts into the future, sorry. His superhuman strength for an hour. Starman, the cosmic rod, cosmic staff. Sandman, he has his ability to see into little glimpses of the future and has his Sandman gun. Dr. Midnight, basically he can just see in the dark because he's blind. But I'm not sure whether they put a spin on his character's powers. And of course he has his owl. So, so we've got that little photo. Now, it's been confirmed in little things of the show that Brainwave killed the Hawks and Brainwave also killed Johnny Thunder. So, that's a little bit of trivia there. Now, I'm super excited to get more of a backstory for the JSA and more stuff with them in the future. I'm also very interested to know how the hell the Injustice Society managed to kill Dr. Fate, if they did, which is completely impossible. So maybe Dr. Fate didn't participate in the battle, or maybe, I don't know, I think maybe it's Kent Nelson, I didn't know who was under the helmet. Maybe he took the helmet off, because he is impossible to kill. Especially with the competition at hand. They're not fighting Darkseid, they're fighting the Gambler, so I don't know how he could possibly get killed. But anyway, and that's our list. Let me know in the comments if I missed any of your favourite Easter eggs from the pilot of Stargirl. Stay tuned for more episodes of Easter eggs in the season, and make sure you like and subscribe to get your weekly dose of DC, from top 10 lists to character origins. Hit the bell so you never miss out on one of our videos. Make sure to check out my tier list on the DCEU movies and my movie review of Justice League War, which will be in the end card. Subscribe to Glider Guy and IC Seal 25, which will be in the top right of your screen. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.